trash from that Fairfax home we've been showing you is getting cleaned up quickly. Residents in other areas living next to horrible hoarding situations are asking, why not us?
Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live in San Pedro with one such story. Christina.
Yeah, where the residents are saying, bring those crews over here. Let me show you this property. And this is just a little bit. You can see under the tarps, there's a vehicle. There's all kinds of stuff. And if you look over here, you can see, the plants growing through old chairs, the cage. I mean, obvious hoarding. This is a case that has been going on for quite some time. The owner has had several ongoing citations. It's even in a criminal court. Here, check this out.
Quite a few years.
Neighbors trying to figure out just how long the trash has been piling up at this San Pedro home.
20 años.
At least 20 years, says the man who lives next door, explaining that the elderly woman who owns the property was recently moved to a care facility, leaving her caretaker daughter in charge of the place. Now, the daughter's vehicle is parked out front, but she did not respond to our attempts to reach her. He says he's been begging her to at least fix the broken fence animals used to get in and out of a backyard he fears is a fire hazard. Neighbors say they've complained to the city for years, reminiscent of the situation Fox 11 has been covering in the Fairfax District, where the so-called trash house is quickly getting cleaned up after Mayor Karen Bass got personally involved. That has residents in other areas asking about long-time hoarding situations in their neighborhoods, like this one in San Pedro, where Council member Tim McOsker explains.
We've been pursuing this for the year that I've been in the office. The code enforcement systems that the city's been relying upon for years do not work fast enough and do not work well enough. What I believe happened in Fairfax is that it was Fairfax, and so it got news coverage, and it got news coverage, and it got attention, and when it gets attention on the news, people react. And I have another one at MacArthur. I have a couple in Watts.
Yeah, how many just in your district alone?
In my district, I would say hoarding and sort of junk and debris in the front yard on private property, it is in the dozens. It's probably a couple of dozen. And I would not be surprised if that's not the case across the city.
And back here live, again, we have asked to talk to the person who lives here. They're not coming out, not answering the phone. You can see the situation. Now, at 6 o'clock, you're going to hear from the council member, because he actually, right before this whole thing exploded, presented a motion in city council trying to speed up this whole system with abatements. And it's really interesting what he's doing and how it's working. I'm Christina Gonzalez, live in San Pedro.